Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, your home for the crypto neo news, education, and opportunities. My name is Ryan.
My name is Lucas. And we've got the macro updates too. Of course, today, this is not a macro update. This is an update on stablecoin development in the Cosmos IBC. We talk about the IBC a lot because it's interoperability. In fact, in this article, we'll be able to show you, yeah, Ryan's got it right here. So these different blockchains, they're actually stable coins being developed on different blockchains specifically. We're going to get into that in this article, but it's to really make this ecosystem more robust, more redundancy, and learning from previous mistakes. We're going to get into that too with over collateralization and soft pegs. So stable coins, why do people look for stable coins, and why does it really the foundation of DeFi? You kind of can't have DeFi almost without stable coins. They really add a lot of utility and value to the whole Web 3.0 DeFi movement. Why is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that financial markets and specifically crypto markets there's a lot of volatility, and it makes sense that as you see the price of something run up, that you can pull something off the trade, and maybe make that real and get maybe buy it when it dips or get into something else. Like there's a lot of you know um I guess you would say it makes it more granular to have these coins that you can pull part of a position, and you can say, okay, I've made that a profit, I've taken profit, I've locked that away in a coin that's not going to lose value. Because I guess what the alternative to stable coins would be, you see a coin run up, you've been in for a while, you want to lock that in, so you sell out of it and you get into another coin that may or may not go up. It could, you hope it goes up. Say you sell your ETH position for some Polygon or some Avalanche, but oh wow, look, Avalanche just fell, and had I stayed in ETH, I would have done better. So, taking profit in terms of other volatile assets is highly speculative. You're speculating twice now. You're speculating that the coin you were in is not going to go up anymore, and now you're also speculating the coin you're getting into is going to go up and not fall. So there's like twice the speculate. You're taking more risk. Whereas if you can know that you're getting in out of a position into something that's stable and that you can even stake and earn a small reward in, that reduces one of those big parts of the risk in that trade, and it kind of increases the user's um, security in what they're doing. Their financial security is increased.
And everything you just said, and stablecoins obviously exist in blockchain and crypto, and that's what makes them so remarkable. Is you can do all this without having to leave your Web 3.0 wallet, your MetaMask wallet, your Kepler wallet. You can just swap from Atom or Ethereum to USDC or Frax, or we'll get into some of these others still that are coming along. But that's the idea, is they bring that um, security, and they allow more people to feel confident. And it's, of course, what's so beautiful about it, it's taking advantage of the Web 3.0 movement. There's no intermediaries. When you use these, you can go right to a DEX, go right to a protocol, and you can swap into these stable coins. Unfortunately, as we've learned from UST and Lunaterra, and understanding the tokenomics behind how stablecoins achieve that peg to maintain a dollar, it's easier said than done. And of course, there are stablecoin projects that have continued to operate according to their design flawlessly and are out there. And there are projects being built learning from the mistakes of past crashes to make improvements and make them even more sound. But I guess that's kind of what we're going to get into right now. Is there's a new iteration of stable coins that are being developed, and they're being developed in the Cosmos ecosystem, which is pretty exciting. Because if you're just now getting into blockchain or crypto, or if you've been around for many years, you'll understand the value of being able to trade from one market to the next, the interoperability, instead of being siloed in just one store. I mean, it's as simple as, what if you could only spend your money in one location at one store, versus being able to take that same money and being able to spend it at different locations of the
Right.
same store, or different locations of
Or
different
different
stores. Like,
stores. Yeah.
right,
Right.
exactly. And so that's
That's
where we're
what's
moving to.
that's why interoperability is so important, and that's kind of why the Cosmos ecosystem has kind of been a bright spot in DeFi and crypto, even during this bear market. Is they're answering that riddle, and in a way that has the people in Ethereum and the EVM world taking notice and building bridges. So, yeah, I think that's definitely a big story right now. But another part of that story, and I think this will become more and more important as time goes on, is the stable coins that are launching on the IBC, and because they're doing things differently. We, like you said, this is a moment of learning from past mistakes. Terra Luna, that debacle taught a lot of people a lot of things, but that wasn't the only, that algorithmic hard peg and the way they designed it. It was not. That's not the only issue with stable coins. We also have issues surrounding censorship and whether or not these things can be truly decentralized, or how decentralized is Tether and USDC. And then the other, considering that they have dollar assets parked on the balance sheets of centralized financial institutions, which could
Mhm.
be frozen or whatever. So there's questions about their stability in that sense, their security. There's questions about how stable a coin is if it's directly pegged, hard pegged to a dollar or to a euro or whatever, considering that those currencies are themselves losing value. So I mean, so what I'm saying is that there's all these unfinished questions with stable coins, and there are some projects that are launching, they're in development right now, that are going to be launching soon in the Cosmos, that are doing things differently, that are interesting, and that potentially solve some of these questions. And one
Doing
of them, go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt.
I was doing some differently. And as you scroll through, a lot of them, they're also taking the best of all the worlds from successful projects of the past. And
Yeah,
what's really neat about all this development, whether it's interprotocol, shade, or composite, what we're seeing is the advent of stable coins flooding into the IBC. And the more stable coin production, the more stable coin minting, the more stable coin access, the more stable coin liquidity that you have in an ecosystem, the more attractive it is for people to be able
yeah,
to come in and be in and out of these other digital assets. So this is another kind of signal, a flag to see that we're on the precipice of some major growth throughout the IBC and Cosmos ecosystem at the right time. I mean, there's no rush.
sure.
Um,
Well,
but go back.
so we have,
You
well, yeah, let's go back to our chart. We have three we're looking at here. We're going to add a fourth, but let's just go through them real quickly. So IST, this is a project that's on Comdex. If you're familiar with that blockchain, Comdex is a part of these are all IBC projects,
is
Cosmos
IST.
projects.
I know
There's IST.
CMST. Is IST also built on Comdex? I know Composite is built on
Oh, I'm
Comdex.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I got
Yeah,
confused. Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about Composite, not
I know
IST.
we were just
Yeah,
talking about that. That's why.
yeah. But
Inter protocol.
we
We
do
just
have,
found out about this.
this is going to be a whole new blockchain, right? Isn't that
Mhm.
correct? Yes. So Inter Protocol, they are, this is a collateralized stable coin. They are starting off with
Launching on the
Atom.
Agoric chain.
That's right. It's Agoric. They're going to be on Agoric. Okay. And that's coming out soon. So this is not going to be their own blockchain. They're going to be on Agoric. Yes. But they're collateralized. So unlike the Tethers and the USDCs, they're not collateralized by dollar assets or by euro assets or anything else like that. They're collateralized by IBC assets. And there's going to be a DAO that will be in charge of a governance protocol where changes to the collateral will be decided upon, whether so whether to include Atom or Osmo or Secret or whatever. So we're
But
seeing.
the
Go
big
ahead.
news here, what we're seeing, what you go back up real quick, where it shows Atom, Osmo, and Secret. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing a stable coin coming to the IBC that's supporting other IBC projects. In order for you to mint this stable coin, you need to buy Atom, buy Osmo, buy Secret, and you need to
Right,
lock them up. So we're going to have an increased demand. And that's what we're going to have with a
right,
lot of these new stablecoin protocols that require bonding and collateral, is that in order for you to create in the vault and mint these new stable coins, it's going to increase the demand for these other IBC digital assets. So that's another one of the beautiful things we love about the interoperability and the communal support, the airdrops. And of course, you see, even with stablecoin minting, there's mutual support cross chain. So
Right.
this
For
is
sure.
now.
That's good. So let's go back to the list. That's IST on Agoric.
Mhm.
The next is Silk. This is a product from Shade Protocol. They're on Secret Network. One of the things that stands out about this is that they are, instead of having a peg to a dollar, they're pegging to an entire basket of assets and commodities. So it'll include Bitcoin, it'll include gold, but it'll also include dollars and euros and other national currencies. So this is interesting because it gets us around that problem we mentioned earlier about when you peg to a single national currency that you're kind of importing whatever devaluation happens in that currency to your stablecoin. And in this sense, you don't have that problem. The stable coin doesn't is not pegged to a currency. It's pegged to the global economy or
And
into the basket of assets.
you also skirt possible regulatory risk, because think about this, all of these other stable coins are trying to mimic a fiat currency. So that nation, that
Yes.
jurisdiction can say, well, anyone that's trying to mimic a pound, or anyone that's trying to mimic a euro, needs to have these guidelines. But what's one of the very unique things about Silk is, as you mentioned, because they are pegging to a basket of goods, of assets, as well as fiat currencies, they're not trying to maintain some hard peg to a fiat. So not only does it, like you mentioned, this could really be the go-to stable coin in many ways, because with that gold and Bitcoin and other assets being part of the
Yes.
basket, it kind of makes it less likely to succumb to the inflation,
Right.
the loss of value due to inflation, as
It'll
well
grow
as,
with the economy.
and
That's what's great.
they have a unique protocol arbitrage that they can implement due to the privacy network. And oh, by the way, Silk, out of all of these, is the only stable coin that's natively built on a privacy chain, which
Yeah.
is the
It's
most
huge.
cash-like you can have in a blockchain crypto world, to have privacy and value exchange.
That needs to be highlighted. It's
And
collateralized like the others with IBC assets. So you have to deposit, Atom or others to mint Silk. You burn Silk, you can redeem those assets. There will be a arbitrage layer for users to buy and sell out of to keep that peg. But then there will also be a protocol arbitrage layer which will have access to profit ranges that no one else will have access to, because they'll waive the fees from the swaps that it'll engage. The protocol fees will be waived. So there's a protocol arbitrage layer, and then there's a user arbitrage layer. So through these three different mechanisms, the over collateralization and then the two different pathways for arbitrage, the idea is that they will maintain that peg in a way that other algorithmically pegged assets like Luna, Terra couldn't.
so there's so much good news about what Silk is doing. We're going to do a whole video dedicated to Silk as a unique stablecoin, but keeping along with other stablecoins being built and strengthening the IBC, we've got Composite Protocol, which is what you were thinking about. It's that last one on the
Yeah,
chart.
that's
That's the
right.
one you were thinking about. And
So this
it,
is Comdex. This is the Comdex protocol, the Comdex stablecoin. It will be another collateralized backed asset, collateralized by IBC assets like the others.
Mhm.
You'll have to deposit those assets to mint. It's going to have a collateral ratio of 150%, or the assets will be liquidated. So trying to reduce leverage. There's clearly an arbitrage that maintains the peg. And then there will be some supply and interest rate changes the protocol will engage in to maintain the peg, and a backstop where Harbor can burn composite if it's trading above its peg, and mint it if it's below. So they're doing a very similar thing where there's multiple pathways to maintaining the peg instead of just relying on one, like Lunaterra did. So we're definitely learning, and trying to make these protocols better.
And Comdex is a blockchain built in the IBC that's been around for quite some time. They're, pardon me, really have developers that have been looking to make the IBC, the Cosmos ecosystem at a DeFi hub for the IBC. So
Yeah.
them bringing out a stable coin on their chain to support the IBC makes sense. And there you go.
Yeah, there's
Composite built
their
on
Twitter.
Comdex. Harbor Protocol is the name.
There's a testnet link. I would I don't know for sure, but I know in the past that interacting with test nets is often rewarded when the main nets launch. So not financial advice or anything, but just something to take a
The
look at.
learning experience will be rewarding enough, but you're right.
Yeah.
Airdrops often happen for those who participate and show support, whether it's voting, staking, or checking out the test net. So
Yep.
that'll be something. And we've
We
got
want
one more
to,
you have
yeah, we
to
want to touch
mention.
off. We should touch on this. So it was not mentioned in the original article, but Kujira they're launching their own stablecoin, USK. This is now Kujira has been all over the DeFi, DeFi space recently. It's been a done very well. It's been the standout project. It's made crazy gains. I mean, just during a bear market, but even during a bull market, this would be considered to create a breakout, kind of project. There's a lot of awesome stuff. They're also working with Axelar to build bridges between the EVM space and other blockchains and the Cosmos. So this is another one of those interoperable chains that's really helping to kind of solve that silo problem. And they're rolling out an algorithmic stablecoin. We'll leave all this below, but it's another over collateralized soft peg coin backed by Atom. Apparently other assets as well later on, and it is another version of what we've been speaking about. So there's a lot of this is all to say there's a lot of Cosmos stablecoin innovation that's about to kind of become live and very well may change kind of or at least influence stablecoins in DeFi.
Very cool. And it's being built on the IBC. They are their own chain. So we'll continue to bring updates with Kujira, with IBC, Secret Network. We've got playlists and videos to talk about the benefits of privacy and just the latest innovations. But there's more than just blockchain and crypto. And if you've been following us for a couple of years or just following crypto for a couple of years, you know that it is correlated to the markets at large. We talk about the macro outlook as well and how it's all connected. We really like to get nerdy and into the nitty gritty with what's going on with the Fed and interest rates and labor markets. And we've got a playlist for that too. So if you like this kind of stuff and you like research and education and things that are not commercial advice, legal advice, financial advice, marital advice, then you know where to go. Subscribe, notification bell, and we'll have some more educational information to help you on your journey along the way. Until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste, y'all.